Welcome to the Sunday Best. It's an in-depth look at the best book I read this week. This week's best, Finders Keepers by Sarah Adler. Sarah is a USA Today best-selling author with 3 titles to her name, who writes romantic comedies about lovable weirdos finding their happily ever afters. She lives in Maryland with her husband, daughter, and a very mischievous cat. One of my favorite facts about Sarah is that she promises her readers a happily ever after, or at the very least, a happy for now ending. Let's get into the book. Nina and Quentin grew up as next-door neighbors and best friends. Neither of them expected their friendship to come to a screeching halt, especially after spending a summer together hunting for their town's legendary treasure. Now, after 17 years of not seeing or speaking to each other, they're both unexpectedly living back at home, making them neighbors once more. Old habits die hard, and it seems like they're going to fall right back into their old ways if they can put the past behind them. Neither of them is tied down to a job for the summer, and they're both recently out of long-term relationships. Can these two fix their old bond and work together to find this fabled fortune? This was the perfect mix of mystery, romance, and comedy, and did in fact have, as promised, a happy ending, which as a romance girl is what I always want. Sarah wrote some of the funniest scenes that I actually went back and listened to a second time just for another laugh. She also gave a perfect reference for any kid of the 90s, comparing a bad French accent to that of Pierre Escargot. And for that, she gets bonus points. Speaking of 90s references, our narrator was Mara Wilson. Yes, that Mara Wilson from Matilda and Mrs. Doubtfire. And her narrating was just as magical, with a warm and clear tone. She draws you in, then brings each scene to life with a dynamic and stirring performance that feels more like an experience rather than just a reading. Thank you so much for joining me for the Sunday Best. If you have read Finders Keepers, congratulations on reading a spectacular book. If not, I hope that your TBR is officially one book longer. Happy reading.